So I guess we might as well get in these goddamn toast. We got a nice little topic to get to later on. So who wants to? Oh, I'm sorry.
And when it's home.
That's how I know I'm mad at him.
This is
Can't
80.
take this.
This is 80 episodes. This is not like a
Still
drop.
going.
It's not like a drop. I don't just have this saved on my computer. He does that shit every time.
Absolutely.
80 times, bro. 80
Absolutely.
times.
My lips dry.
I'm
as
like,
hell
yeah, the
right
wettest whistle. Go wet your whistle, boy.
He said you got the wettest whistle.
now.
No.
Get some. Oh, I guess this ain't even water for my gullet.
No, yeah.
Let's dry him out even more.
That's what I was just saying. Yeah.
Drinking yak.
That burns.
They burn?
Alright. Let's give a goddamn toast first, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go first. Hey yo, my toast is gonna go to Andre Benjamin, aka 3 Stacks, Andre 3000. Yeah, I definitely want to give him a shout out. I forgot what the Kanye song was called. That
Life of the Party.
Life of the Party. And Drake dropped that surprise, not surprise, what's it called? He leaked it. Yeah, Drake leaked that joint apparently. I was supposed to be surprised, bro.
Real surprise.
Drake leaked it, and shout out to him because it's not too often that we actually hear him talk, like outside of verses. He felt so not passionate, but he felt so much about that he actually felt the need to drop a statement. Yeah, like explain what happened and how he was feeling. And I think the other thing that I wanted to make sure that I talked about in regards to him was just like, shout out to him and just loved him because if you listen to that verse, man, like, dude lost his mother and he, like, really still, like, thinks about that very heavily. And it's not that I think that's surprising at all, but it's like, and I know that's, like, a big thing for Kanye where a lot of people think that, after he lost his mom, like, that's when things shifted for him. But it's like, when you hear those type of songs and you hear, like, that, like, real just human emotion about how that still hurts them and how they still deal with that, you definitely start to think about those people and you just remember, they're humans too and they, like, go through hard times. Like, even though it's years later, they still, like, feel something, like, really deeply about that. So definitely shout out to him. He's a great artist, great rapper, as we already know. That don't need to be said. But yeah, just shout out to him. And I kind of actually felt like Drake was grinding for that. That was like a beautiful verse to like leak that joint, bro. Like that was. So shout out to him.
Something so stupid and petty.
Yeah, I'm about to say like, I mean, other people are involved. I know you don't like Kanye. Your opinions about him, yeah, they are what they are. But as a person that respects like Andre 3000, I wouldn't have done that. Just off respect for him. And how rare it is to even get a verse from him. I wouldn't have done it for that reason. But yeah, shout out to him.
I'll go next. My toast is gonna be kind of not generic, but it's gonna go to all the teachers that had to obviously school is back in session for most right now. And you know what I mean. Like I know a couple people in my family that are teachers, and obviously with this COVID and previously, when the pandemic, a lot of virtual learning was going on. So it was a lot easier, not easier, but to be safer, I guess, in a way. But now just think about a lot of these teachers are in classrooms with the most unvaccinated population. You know what I mean? And it's very difficult and challenging that we're putting teachers in the fray of, some of them who are vaccinated, who aren't vaccinated, and they have to be with, and still provide a quality education and also manage health, be health officials as well. To these kids to keep them separate and them having to get tested randomly or the kids getting tested randomly. It's a huge challenge and a huge hurdle from a health perspective and just from an education perspective. So, shout out to all the teachers out there that are trying to navigate that because that's just another war that they're fighting as well. So.
Yeah, shout out to them. Especially shout out to the work they've been doing for the last year too. Like trying to teach kids online and just basically having to flip everything on the fly. And just like, do everything online, and we all used to having teachers in the classroom, and they all had to go virtual. Every kid don't have the same means of being able to get online, all that stuff. Yeah. They've been doing some very important work over the last year. We always shout out the EMTs, but shout out to the teachers too.
Yeah, man, for real. I can go next. Mine is kind of generic too, and I'm not sure how this bill will pass, like when we air this episode. But I wanted to shout out to everybody involved in the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. As a lot of people may not know, like a lot of our voting rights that we've actually gained in the last year due to COVID, whether that's vote by mail or a lot of the more liberal, not liberal, but like the more the ease of voting this past year. A lot of people aren't really comfortable with that, and that's a lot, like mainly due to what Trump has done, like saying that vote by mail is fraud, this is fraud, like. So a lot of them are seeking to take that away and make it harder for a lot of people who didn't really have an easy time to vote before to vote. So really just shout out to everybody who's pushing that and like for people who don't really know like that their voting rights are like really being like attacked essentially. Like, so really just shout out to them, man. Keep pushing on. Like, a lot of people just should continue to do their research, continue to learn like what it takes to vote and let their voices be heard. We had several episodes about that in the past. So really just salute to everybody involved in that fight, and continue pushing.
Yeah. I might give. So this is not the first part is not like a toast, but we didn't talk about this last episode. But like with the abortion laws in Texas, like that's it's real, not good. Trying to make it harder for people to get abortions in the state of Texas after a certain time, I think like 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Regardless how you feel about abortion, I feel like it's two separate things. I feel like it's the right if someone had an abortion, and then you have like the moral issue. I'm particularly talking about just like the right of a woman to be able to make a decision and make the choice. So I mean, obviously, that's nothing we agree with here. That's just really messed up, and honestly, we said a lot of good things about Texas as well, but like it's also.
That's bad.
Texas we know what Texas is, a red state.
Anti-abortion just while we was down there.
Yeah,
Between that and the voting.
I think my biggest beef I have with the whole abortion thing is like when they talk about, like when we talk about my body, my right, in a way, like it's still like the same people that are saying that, the same people that are like voting for abortions or voting against abortion. Oh no, I'm sorry, voting for abortion. But then I had the same people that was saying that same argument about vaccines. You remember?
Yeah.
So that's like so contradictory to me. Like if I can argue with you about it's your own body, like cool, we can go back and forth. But if you decide it's someone else's, like that's where I just can't.
The whole thing is just that's just really bad.
That's a whole episode right there.
There's a black guy on the country, but it shows you just like I said, it depends on who you put in power. But I mean, I guess Texas is it's a hard state to win. But anyway, that wasn't my turn. I just wanted. We didn't mention it the last episode.
We in solidarity with all those that want to reform that and make any type of changes there, and with all the women whose rights are being infringed upon by that.
Yeah, so my toast is not necessarily like specific. I mean, it's specific to us, but our topic today is we're talking about high school and stuff. So I just say toast to us because I was thinking about this the other day, and it's really crazy that we met each other in some of them met in like elementary school, but we're still friends today. Like, and one thing I've realized is you get to meet other people in the world. It's like a lot of people, like, they have friends they've known for like a couple years and stuff.
Their friend group changes.
Or their friend group, or even worse. There are a lot of people who friend group just changes because like, they have falling out with their friends. We've been friends for a long time, and, I think that's just really remarkable in this day and age.
Damn, that's smooth.